Morning everybody, my name is Abdul Fattah and I have been given a chance to talk about a topic of my choosing. And the topic which I'm going to be talking or expressing my views about is perspective. Perspective may be a lightly taken word, but its importance is no less an armor in a battlefield or content in a YouTube video. Of all the topics I could have chosen to talk about, I think that positive perspective is the need of the hour to protect the youth's mental health. Because some people think that mental health is not a thing and depression is just an excuse for getting low marks. One thing that life and PUBG has taught me is to never panic, even while facing an oncoming storm or Thanos with his infinity gauntlet. Let me narrate an instance of my life where a change in perspective of how I viewed a thing put all the change that was needed. This story was when I was between the age of 10 to 12 years and I was in top 10 in UEFA tennis for my age group. The tournament rules were simple. There used to be an initial round where everybody used to play against everybody, and then the top 8 would proceed to play the quarterfinals and so on. I remember playing hundreds of matches but always coming second in the finals and not first. In the position list, I used to be in the top spot, defeating everybody in the initial round. But I used to lose in the finals by somebody who I had earlier defeated, and it happened for almost all the tournaments. And it reached a point where I was really afraid of facing off the person who I defeated in earlier rounds again in the finals. It was a really dark time, as I knew I could defeat the person and I didn't know what was wrong with me. My parents thought I had evil spirits who didn't want me to succeed in the finals, and eventually they started taking the stress on me for losing the finals. I wanted to just stop playing tennis and play something else, but I didn't want to leave my passion and my hobby without achieving a gold medal. So I started grinding even harder, not knowing what my problem was. I entered a tournament where I didn't know what my problem was, and accepting the fact that I was going to lose the finals before the tournament even started. There was a British director for physical education of a school who was delivering a speech at one tournament, which I usually ignore, but due to my somber mood, I listened to him, and still now his words ring in my mind. He said, "It doesn't matter whether you win or you lose today. What matters is that you really enjoy the game, and if you don't enjoy the game, there's no point in playing the game." His words struck my mind, and in that moment, it changed my mentality of how I faced the tournament. My mentality went from being overly pressured on getting gold medal to having fun and playing as much tennis as I could. I kept on playing one match after another and truly enjoying the game for what it is, rather than thinking if I'm going to win the finals or not. I thought only about who is my next opponent going to be and how exciting it would be to face a difficult opponent. I didn't check the hierarchy of whether I qualify or not. Rather, I asked the director who I'm playing next, and it reached a point where he said, "The next player you will be facing is me." I was visibly shocked and taken aback because I was 11-year-old, clearly having little experience at smartly replying back, and I knew definitely that that person was not between the age of 10 to 12 years. So then I asked, "What do you mean?" He said, "You have won the tournament," and started laughing because I was a winner, not knowing that I had won. Then I started winning tournaments and not coming second because of a change in how I viewed the game. So my dear comrades who live in struggling and cruel world, inspiration comes from within yourself. You're allowed to scream, you're allowed to cry, but do not give up. None but ourselves can free our minds, and what consumes your mind consumes your life.